Daf Kuf Ches Amid Beis, and we need the pasuk of Hahi, right? We had this pasuk here to teach me that if two people hold on to a sakin and they shecht bachutz, they're patur. And then the Gemara asks, well, you derive that from Ahu. What about Halah? And Halah, you said that if two people were Mila together and they drop this, limb onto the altar outside of the Mikdash, Techayot. Well, why don't you take Hahu, which is in the singular, and derive the same conclusion? Where answers that Hahu is Lamute Shogig on a Sumuta. That he's not Chayav for Shchutei Chutz because he might be mistaken. He might have to actually think that you're allowed to do this. I don't know how. And he might be coerced. Somebody misled him. Again, the Gemara is to say, even in the case of Shchita, what happens if he shechs bachutz because of an ono situation, a shogeg, a mutter, he was mistaken, he was coerced, somebody misled him to think that he's allowed to shech bachutz, and the Gemara answers, trei hahu ksiv. In the parsha of Shchutei Chutz, the Torah repeats that word hahu twice. And therefore, we're going to derive from that he's chayav only if he shechts it holding the sakin in a monopoly way without sharing it with anyone else. And the other ahu is going to exclude a case under ones, shogeg, or mute. So I'm going to ask El La, Lamali. Why did the Torah add the word La? So again, let's keep in mind that what's unique about the Parsha of Shchita is that the word Ahu appears twice. And therefore, Shnai Mochsim B'Sakin al Potur. But the law is Lahotzi Sarah Mishtalech. So that you're not allowed to take any carbon outside of the Migdash and shecht it, with one exception, and that's going to be the Sarah Mishtalech. Now, of course, you might ask, well, the Sarah Mishtalech by definition is sent out, it's Avodas Chutz, sent out Lachutz. Yeah, but the answer is that's only until we push it over the precipice. But he went ahead and said he was very anxious, he went ahead and he shechted. And that he wasn't supposed to do, and therefore you might say that he's chayav for shchita chutz. Kamashma, no, the extra word law comes as a mir to exclude the case of soyer mishtaleh. Law. So we said there's a chumrin al law that if two people grab onto the limb of the kochim outside of the migdash and together as a joint effort partnership, they put it on the altar, they're both chayav. Tana Rabbana, we learned to the Brisa, ish, matamid, lomel rabo shnaim she'achzu bi'ever v'helu shechayav. Sheyachal, I might think, v'lo dinu. Uma shochet lehejot shechayav. I'm going to prove to you that the Isser of Shchutei Chutz is more chamor than the Isser of Halas Chutz, because in the case of Shchutei Chutz, he's chayav even if he shechts it for the sake of a human being. Whereas in the case of Halah, for the sake of a human being, he's patur. So we see that Shchutei Chutz is more chamor than what? Than Halas Chutz. Is therefore Shnayim Shasu B'Sakin V'Shachtu P'turin is Ma'il Lehejot Shepatur. Eino din sheshnayim sha'achzu p'turin. Why do I need the extra word ish, and it says ish to tell you that they're two together? Because I would have thought that if they're two doing it together in the case of Allah, how much more so would they be potter? Because in shchita they're potter if shnayim ochsen, and shchita is even more chomer than Allah because Shnayim Ochsim is chayiv and shchita, but not in halah. And Maila Lehejot is Potter. Shochet Lehejot is Chai. Is therefore Talmud Lomer Ish Ish. So I need a ribui in the pasuk. Ish Ish tell me even though they're two people, two persona that are together doing the halah, they're Chai. Divrei Reb Shimon. Reb Yossi Omer Hahu. What are we going to derive for the word Hahu? Echad v'lo shnayim. So in Halah, says Rabbi Yossi, we have a miut that says that if they're both doing the Halah and dropping the limb on the fire together, they're potter. In Kain, Matal Mar Ishish. So Rabbi Yossi now is to answer why the double language Ishish, which we thought was coming to be Marbe, when they're both doing the Halah together. Tibra Torah Koloshim B'nei Adam. This is a principle that appears all over the show. And here the Gemara is applying it to the Ish Ish of Shchute, of Halas Chutz, according to Rabbi Yossi Aglili, and it's Dibra Torah B'Loshen B'nei Adam. Reb Shimon, right? What's Reb Shimon going to do with the pasuk that Rabbi Yossi had invoked? Hayahu miboyle lemeute shogeg anus umuta. Rabbi Yossi mihu hahu from the extra hay, and Reb Shimon hu hahu lo dorish. Okay, so we'll stop here. Thank you so much.